Did you start that group yet? Did you build that group, the men's group?
No, I didn't get to it yet. But I think for sure I'm gonna have Jim. I want to add Jim.
Seems like I wasn't volunteering. I just was voluntold.
You were not paid.
Not, I'm just kidding. Chu can throw me. Chu can throw me anywhere he wants.
Cool, man.
I just joined the reading intuitive group.
The Hmong intuitive reading group?
Yeah, I just entered that group too, like literally a couple of days ago. So
Good, good. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
so what's going on?
Yeah,
What's new?
we're cleaning up our group. So if you haven't yet already emojied our and viewed our pin post.
Yeah, I figured that out yesterday. It took me a while to figure that out too. I'm like, what's a emoji thing?
Oh.
No, because I was sitting there. Like,
I had to get a hang of that.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was like, okay, you like you select the smile face or whatever expression you want, but then I pressed return and it didn't like post it. So I was like, well, okay, well, maybe I'll type something next to the emoji and see if that works. I think that's why I wrote. I hope this works. So.
Mm-hmm.
Are we expecting some more people? It's just them not. Do you think it's just them not being able to log on, or?
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I'm feeling like too.
Did anybody respond to your posts that they're gonna come today?
No.
Okay, then I guess we just move forward and just go with it.
Yeah, I went into the group and I clicked onto the link. It said join us or whatever, and then it just brought me here. So.
Oh, see, that's how it's supposed to work, anyway.
And then it just said, please. It just said, please click your microphone and your camera and your URL, and then so.
Oh, maybe people will straggle in later or something.
That's fine. Yeah. You can always listen to the replay too. So yeah.
So Jim, why don't you introduce yourself to the two ladies here?
Sure.
Give us a brief background about your spiritual awakening till now.
Okay. Well, for starters, my name is Jim. Last name is Vang. I've known Chu. We've known each other for a couple of years now, right, Chu?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. As far as my spiritual journey, I wouldn't say. I don't know what you constitute as a spiritual awakening. I mean, I think I can't speak for others, but I could always just say for myself that as you were growing up, you kind of just like knew that something was kind of off about you. Like that you're just a little bit different than everybody else, and it's not like it's not the run of the mill kind of different stuff. Like Chu, this is all kind of like redundant material for Chu, but but growing up, one of the things that I knew right away that you were kind of like kind of different, or I was kind of different was like I remember asking like adult questions when I was like a little kid, and questions that were pertaining to like that kind of went along the lines of, hey, what happens to you when you die? If you're laying there in your coffin, does the door just open up and somebody just comes and takes you by the hand, or do you just sit there until whatever happens to you? Just things like that.
Interesting.
And like as a little kid, you could kind of see like everybody says shadow people, every once in a while I would see like shadow people here and there, and like I say that too is like as I grew up and got older, um, it turned more into like a empathic type of deal where like um you kind of have like an internal voice in your head always talking to you, but it's not like your conscience type of deal. Does it make sense?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and it's like you have like conversations with somebody. It's the voice is like your voice, but it's not you because you don't think about those questions that kind of come out from left field. Does it kind of make sense?
Yes.
So, um, as a kid, I can remember having this fascination with drawing like animals, and I had a fascination with like drawing like three particular animals in general, just predominantly. It was a horse, an eagle, and a dolphin. All the things that I kind of were attracted to or drawn to. Um, didn't know kind of what it meant as far as uh, and I've kind of talked to Chu about this too. Is I don't know if I've really come to know what my gifts are, um, and what your and what my abilities are. I couldn't tell you what they are. I just can only tell you kind of like what I feel, and kind of some days you just feel really off, and some days you feel really you're really happy. You kind of like you go from a emotional high to emotional low, but it's not like depression type of. It's not really. It's sort of like depression, but it's not really depression.
Kind of like energy
Yeah.
draining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I go places, or sometimes when I meet individuals, sometimes I'll just get a vibe where you're like, oh, like see, well, let me give you see if I can come up with a good example. Like for example, when I went to go visit a friend in California, I remember we were driving down Rodeo Drive, and I just got really sick, like really really nauseous, and my friend asked me. She said, what's wrong with you?" And I said, I just feel yucky. I feel yucky. I feel like icky. Like I just feel need to take a shower. And she asked me what it felt like, and I said, I think it's just because I feel kind of like vibe of kind of like the environment, or kind of like the atmosphere, kind of like because when you live in that type of environment, it's kind of like kill or be killed. People aren't trying to find out who you are; they're just trying to get ahead, you know, and like at all costs. And I think that's kind of what I picked up on. And I was just like, I just want to, I need to just go out in the country and kind of, or reground myself, and kind of like that.
Yeah. Like recharging.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah. I think you might have been feeling with maybe some energy imprints or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
What's up, John?
What's up, guys?
So, John,
Hi,
Hi,
John.
John.
I'm just gonna listen in to see what you guys are talking about.
Talking about you, man.
Can you guys background?
Hey, I don't know what they're talking. I don't know what they're saying. I'm saying only good things though.
It's almost full moon, right? So
Oh, where are you
another
at?
minute
That's
after we
almost
start.
10.
Oh, I mean, I'm in East Coast time, so it's 8:30 here.
Yeah, you're an hour ahead.
Okay. Who else joined that is muted?
Mary. Hi, Mary.
Please unmute you. You're muted. So I guess should we go ahead or should we have more introductions or what do you think?
We can go.
I think maybe a little bit more introduction to kind of.
Yeah, that's
maybe
fine.
we should kind of bond. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, so why don't John go next since he's on the next. I see Jim at the far left, and then it's John, and then it's Tang, and then Mary, and then Angela, and then me. You guys see the same thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
John, your turn, man. What's your story?
This year, like I said, all my life I knew different. I thought differently, and I knew that there was more to just living and having a pain and just passing away
You're
and
picking
getting
up.
reborn again. I knew there was more to that. So, you guys
You're breaking up.
breaking it.
You're breaking up.
Did we lose John?
Yeah, you guys get me if it doesn't work. Can you?
Oh.
I didn't hear anything. Did you guys?
Yeah, can you?
No.
No, I couldn't hear anything either. It comes across, but it comes off kind of distorted. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be my connection. Yeah, I mean, I can hear you guys fine. It might just be my phone here. But like I said, this. Where's my
Wow,
I'm
interesting.
having a hard time understanding.
Me too.
Right?
Sorry about that. You guys could just keep me for now because my phone's kind of.
Yeah, John, we're gonna give you a pass, man.
Maybe you might have to log off and log on again. I think you probably should log off and on again, John, because I can't hear anything.
Can you text Mary or message Mary that she's on? She's muted. So, and I guess if no one's coming on, then we can just start.
Jim, do you know Tang and Angela's story?
no, I do not. I haven't had the pleasure. I just a friend of mine, Renee, just kind of threw me in the intuitive reading group, and I was just like, okay, well, sure, But I know that they established the other group, but I haven't had the pleasure to meet them as of yet, except for right now. So
Yeah, in a little bit, we're gonna actually go into what's the difference between my group and their group.
okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so Tang, why don't you go ahead and then do a brief intro of yourself to Jim, because I don't think Jim knows you.
Yeah. So I'm Tang. I actually started on this path a long time ago, but I got into it when I was doing massages, and then I got introduced to it through doing massages, and then I kind of just follow the path of just energy work. I connected with Angela and Chu when I came up there like last year, and then we kind of just formed and did some healings up there. So.
Okay, so I guess I'll go. I'm Angela, like they said. I started this path a little bit over 10 years ago. But even before that, I had my spiritual awakening of meeting an angel in my dreams who helped heal me. And then about 10 years ago, I was going through some issues, and I embarked on really finding who or what is God or what's the purpose of life and all that stuff. So that took me on a journey of finding out what spirituality was, understanding what I went through during my spiritual awakening, understanding what I had experienced when I was young, like feeling energy, feeling presence and all that stuff. So ever since then, I have been working on my journey, and then I started coming out of the closet to do readings like about somewhere from 2 to 4 years ago, but didn't really start a business platform until like a year and a half ago. And then Fountain like last year or maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember. Then we
2 years ago.
Yeah, and then we did events, and we also started connecting, and then started to do create our group. It's only been a month now for our group. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's it.
It's only been a month.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think all three of you know my story, so we'll just skip me.
Oops.
Hi, Mary. I think Mary's still on.
Mary, do you want to type us your story? Okay.
But she has her mute button off, I guess. I don't know.
She's probably shy.
There was a Kara that was added to the group. Is that Mary?
Who?
Yeah, that's Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got this recording now, so let's start with the whole reading etiquette thing. And then as we talk about the reading etiquettes, we'll also like share our stories as seekers and readers. Just like what your experiences was when you read for someone or when you were going to get a reading. So I'm gonna pull up my thing here.
Adam's crying.
Oh. Hey, I have to go handle something really quick. I'll be right back.
Yep.
I'm responding to Facebook really quick first, so
Okay.
Okay. I have a question. Can I just ask a question?
yes,
Or,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
or is there like a protocol that we're supposed to follow? I don't want to be like,
No, go ahead and ask.
I don't want to be like all of a sudden, not follow the protocol and also be like, you go in the corner.
No, don't feel like that.
And I guess it kind of relates to to your to the question that was just brought up by Chu. But my question is Are there any? Because I'm guessing you guys are a lot further on your journey than on your spiritual journey than I am on mine. So, um, are there any penalties? You know, like so let's say for example, if you do like readings or readings or things for individuals, is there for each of your own gifts? Are there um, is there a certain process or method that you guys are supposed to follow? Um, yeah, the neha chi wan ane neha oil la jana hai you are but loyan the ne ne na because yeah mo ya cha che ne yo yeah mo ya cha che ne che um kind of like Chu said, we're all different X-Men with our own different gifts and abilities. And
Yeah, Kane,
so
you
that
want to
was
answer that first?
yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's like always, you know, consequences or cause and effect for the things that you do. Like, say, when we are giving a reading, there's always a cause and effect. And, like for me, when I did, I'm just going to kind of go into somebody who was joining us. So I did a reading, and I felt like this was when I first started doing readings. And this client that I was reading, she I think had a expectation, and maybe my information wasn't coming through clearly. So I guess there was she didn't feel like my information was legit. So there is like a cause and effect. Is that what you're kind of
Mm-hmm.
referring to? Like if you do reading
Yeah, I think
or not?
yeah, because I've talked to some people where individuals that are a lot further on their journey now than where they used to be. Man, if I knew what I knew, if I knew now what I knew, if I knew back then what I knew now, then would have been better off because thầu ổn định mà you watch tao thiệt tao you do xíu là ya you watch tao một thiệt tao tụi tôi này ba you này ya eh you they get tôi này mà lấy这sai là lấy这they they've already tapped into their gifts but they're just not they don't exactly know the protocol that like chắc chỉ nó họต้องการอะไรอย่างนั้นso là dia mà like mà lo họ我哋佢使多年嘅，佢冇見我同佢哋，我哋俾隻貓係啊，要don't blow 啦，要隻貨冇要 don't blow 咧，隻頭咧隻要開始幫人 so
Yeah. So for me to answer your question, I'm not a shaman, so I don't experience that. I work up in the higher realms. So when I read somebody, I do have to prepare my energy, make sure that I'm grounded, and be open. For consequences to hit me, could be if I'm not grounded or if my energy is not clear. Consequences I would probably see is my energy is drained. I get tired afterwards. Whatever, they might have something that is attached to them that could attach to me if I'm not protected. Some of those consequences could be that way. But like I say, before I do a reading, before I do anything, I have to prep my energy before going into a reading. So that will probably be how I will probably see some of the consequences would be. But I don't like to go into a reading and not prep. It's just not doesn't feel right
Right.
for me.
Well, and I thought I just thought I'd ask that because you know that you have a gift, and some people are kind of more methodical and more careful about how they go about doing things, and some people they just I can read people, then they start offering readings and all this stuff, and then later on they find out getting penalized, so that's just kind of why I brought it up, because I'm kind of like, well, I worry about that myself. I mean, hi, you are, just try learning, but you're kind of leery about what you share with people, um, because there's both positive and negative, connotations connected to that. So does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Yua. Can you hear us?
Oh, thanks, Cora, for joining us.
Hi. Sorry.
Us. Oh, nice. Okay.
Who else is there?
People.
Is it just Mary? Is it Mary? Wasn't there another person too?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
they were here.
Yeah, there's Mary, there's Kara, and you all. I added you all in there.
Okay.
But I don't see you.
Yeah, that's okay.
So.
So Chu, what was the question that you said or you asked before you went?
I just wanted to go into the reading etiquette thing. The outline that I sent to you guys earlier. And just kind of start going from there. But and then if we all can relate to the questions and the whys to these questions, then you can share your story as well. Is that okay with you guys?
Yep, that's fine.
All right, so
you broke up too. I didn't hear you.
oh, I'm just gonna go right into
ahead.
the outline, the agenda, and talk about like reading etiquette. So when seekers go to a reader, like what do you need to do to get the most value out of your reading? And so I thought of these questions that came up. One of them is, when you select somebody to do a reading for you, I think it's always nice to be courteous and ask the reader like how should I prepare to come see you, and how is there any way I can help you prepare to see me? Um, the reason why I say that is because every reader, they do things differently. Their method, their approach is differently. So I know like a lot of shamans, they like to ask for like flowers and maybe fruits or incense or joss paper, sometimes. I know that when people ask me to come to see me, and then they ask me, True, what should we bring? And I just tell them nothing. And they're kind of taken aback because they're used to hearing people say, oh, bring 3 candles or, a whole bunch of whatever. And so that's just something to think about, when you are going to commit to going to see a reader or a healer, just be courteous and just ask them, hey, how do I prepare for this reading so that we can make this very meaningful, What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah,
and if you're getting
I totally agree.
Oh, go ahead.
What me?
I was just gonna add that. I was just gonna add, and it's also nice to pay up front too before the session starts.
Yeah, so that's a segue to my other one then. Um, I said if you know if the session is a paid session, it's nice if you can just take care of the payment before the actual session because the session should be solely focused on providing insight to you without any lingering distractions such as like unpaid fees, right? Because if you go see
Yes.
somebody and for insight and you haven't paid them, but they're nice enough to like just invite you into their home or whatever and start the reading right away, you're probably thinking as a seeker, when do I give this person money? Or
Hmm.
what if this feels like it's more than $20? Or what if it feels like it's not even worth $20, right? So there's all there's all those distractions. And
Yeah.
then the reader and the healer is gonna be thinking like, man, are they gonna really pay me today or pay me for my time? You know, so there's all that stuff that can possibly happen that just
Yes.
just disrupts the whole process. And when
Hmm.
when we as healers and readers we let our fees known to the seekers, it's so nice to just have it taken care of before the actual session. So what do you guys think about that?
Yes, I like that too.
From a
Yeah.
seeker standpoint, uh, where I'm trying to seek information, I I I think that's kind of like how I was always brought up, because um, yeah, you một sai lính sai dài rồi you chủ có trong trăm mà có trong cao trăm mà you who một đôi lời à you nó tí tí loạn thì ô bây giờ tôi sai cái nó sao nó ít loạn thì sẽ yếm ba lý trả này à sẽ yếm ba lý trả luôn từ cái tụng cây khai này bao mơ tụng cây khai này you thế là nó tí trong在有几包了有我现在跑的。古人去包人呢，你要把个开了我学到包开贵哎，要的哈多晒的个呢个哈的恐怕呢，总该呢个要做一家人。It's always better. I always approach it that way because you do do you more shine than you chỉ rong hạt địa shine tàn you chỉ rong hạt you then you drink cái này so you chỉ rong the hey dude you owe me you know you know and
Right?
you know you know you chỉ hạt that here that she you know lo yin chỉ rong drink cái này ya
Hmm.
lo yin chỉ rong nó tung cái địa oh wanna yeah so um it's always nice to do your homework. You should always try and do your homework. So from a seeker standpoint, that's always a good thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. And the other thing I would say and add to this is for those seekers that come and see or come and seek the readers, remember that we as the readers, um, we have taken our precious time away from our family to prepare our energy to the best that we can so that basically sai tổ có dòng thia có tàu đi có lưu xuyên nhà là có một dòng trở đi sự lưu xuyên chờ đó. So we take a lot of our time and we work on a lot of our energy before nên mà tôi sai đó. So even after you guys leave we would still do the same thing. So it's our energy, our time is very precious and valuable. So yeah, that's what I'll add.
You know,
Yes.
there.
And for people to have also a open mind and to not have any expectations.
Hmm.
Go ahead,
Well,
Shu. You were saying?
yeah, I was gonna say, you know, piggyback off of what Angela has already talked about, which is, as a seeker, please be mindful of the time of the session. If it's a 60-minute session, please keep it 60-minute. I know that for me, I'm guilty of this every time where, people want to book a session with me for 60 minutes. I tend to go over 60 minutes, and I don't mind, but sometimes I've had some seekers where it's just it's past like 30-minute session and it turned into a 2-hour session, and it's like, wow, I can't believe it went that long, but and it's rude either way, to be honest with you. So it's rude to not be mindful of the reader's time, and then it's rude of the reader to just kind of cut you off and say, hey, sorry, we have to end it right now because I got another appointment or whatever, I gotta go. So again, to avoid awkwardness, if you booked a 30-minute session, just keep it 30 minutes. If you did a 60-minute session, just keep it at 60. And if time's coming up or it's going over, you have to figure out a way to say, hey, thanks for your time, and maybe we can do another session, because we have many reasons as to why we want to keep the time the way it is. Because sometimes we have other appointments coming up. Not only that, but as we have an appointment coming up, we have to prepare, like Angela was saying, we have to prepare ourselves, and that may take additional, 10, 15, 20 minutes or whatever, just for our next session. So, please don't think
And
that.
do remember that, also that, do remember that we're still human. We have to go potty. We have to take that break too.
That is true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Here's a question that I have, as from a seeker standpoint, is how do you feel about an individual who comes to do
Can't hear you.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you guys feel, or what is your guys' perspective on someone who comes and does a reading, or comes to you guys for a reading, and they have questions written out, and then like, I got these questions, I got X amount of questions that do you prefer that, or do you guys prefer like just
I can hear it fine. I can hear Jim fine.
Or do you guys prefer like God, I thought so. No go where it's kind of unplanned.
For me, Jim, I prefer the seekers to have questions on a sheet of paper, so that we can just go down the list of questions, and the more questions you have, the better. I've had many sessions where I tell seekers, hey, okay, so our appointment is tomorrow. Please write down as many questions as you want to ask, so that we make this 60-minute, valuable to you, and we cover all your questions, or if not, a lot of them. And then after I tell them that, when we do the session, they don't have a list because they said, I think I remember it all, right? And then 10 minutes into the session, we're already done with all their questions. And then now what? You paid me like $80 to just look at me now, or listen to me breathe now,
Wish I got.
Yeah. So I always prefer people to be prepared. Write down a lot of questions, so that when we meet, we answer all of them, or at least a lot of them.
Duly noted.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear all of us?
No. Some parts were like breaking up, so maybe I'll.
Okay, that's fine. We can hear you fine.
Yeah. And then the next one I wanted to talk about is when you as a seeker go see a reader, don't bring too many people. Just the most you and one more person, because when we are reading and trying to channel information, sometimes what is, for example, Jim, let's say that you brought your friend John. You guys both came to see me, and then information's coming through, but I might, misinterpret it that it's for Jim when it's really for John, or vice versa, and then both of you is gonna be like, Chu is not accurate at all.
I'm like, dude, I was the guy you were supposed to look at, not him.
I know. Like, what if I told Jim? I'm like, Jim, man, you're supposed to marry Ariana Grande, dude. That's what the guides are saying. And then,
Well,
what if it was really for John? You know what I mean? That's not
I,
good for
I don't know,
anyone.
I don't know, but if it did go down that road, I'd be like, hey, you better remember who I am.
Yeah, so that's why I prefer, you don't bring too many people because it's very cluttered. And when I mean cluttered, I'm talking about like a lot of information is trying to squeeze through at that point, and then when it does squeeze through, we might give the wrong person the message. What do you guys think, Angela and Tane?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
prefer just one person, just the person coming to see.
yeah. I do agree. I do agree.
Yeah. Plus, if you have more people there and a message come through that you don't feel comfortable with me sharing it, I just share it. I mean, you can't really be mad at me. And now people know your business.
That's true. Okay.
Well, dude, why you put me on blast, dude?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens. It happens.
I thought we were I thought we were tight like that, dude. Why you gotta put me on blast?
It happens sometimes, man.
No, and I would feel kind of gypped if like I paid X amount of dollars and I bring I bring a buddy and I'm expecting a reading specifically tailored for me.
Yep, that's a good
You
point.
know, and all of a sudden, this guy takes half the time, and I'm like, I'm paying for his time. I get some in-store credit.
No, there's no refund, man.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to kind of go over. Those are some of the important things that I've experienced that as a seeker and also as a reader. So I don't mean to like say this to offend anyone or think that I'm talking to you, but I might be talking to you. I don't know, but just don't just be mindful is all I'm asking for.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about? Do you guys prefer doing a session? Providing your services, at your, personal residence or in a public setting, in a business setting. You know, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
For me,
For
if I'm doing healing, I prefer doing it at a business setting. And for readings, like I don't mind doing it like online at home here. So I don't know. How about you, Angela?
yeah, for me, I mostly conduct my readings over the phone, video chat, or Facebook chat. But sometimes I do once in a while get clients in person, and I don't have an office, so I do have them come to my home. But that's just occasionally. But I usually connect with them mostly via telephone, Facebook, online, and stuff like that only.
Yeah, I try to be as flexible as possible. If we were to, if the person preferred to meet with me face to face, most of the time I prefer to do that in a public place just for both of our safety, until we get to know each other better, and then maybe we can like, I can go meet you at your house with your family or your spouse, or you can come over to my house at that point. But I'm trying to be mindful that when it's a first time session with a new seeker, I want them to feel as comfortable as possible. And if they come to my house and that makes them feel uncomfortable, then we're not gonna have a good session. So I try to be as flexible as possible.
No.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, what's up, John? We hear you.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I got a question. So, do you guys do reading for gifted people too, or just mostly people without gifts who just want to know about direction in life and guidance and stuff? Do you get a lot of people from who's seeking spiritual type reading too?
All
Yeah.
walks of life.
hmm
Yeah.
Sometimes, gifted people come to me and I go to them too. It
Yeah.
depends on the situation and what our issues are. Because, if we're so emotionally attached to the issue, then it's not good for us to like try to read it because then we might get influenced by our own biases. So, every now and then I'll go, I know some gifted people that I trust, and I'll just say, hey, can you look into this for me? So that they can look at my issue without any biases or any emotional attachments. Kind of like, I don't really like to read for my family members because there's a lot of emotions attached to them, and my reading's
Yes.
probably going to be very biased, so I prefer my family member go uh, see one of my friends that's gifted.
Right.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Psychics need psychics too, man.
Yeah.
What? You mean Superman needs Satan? Yes.
Superman need Batman, bro. Any other questions?
Cara?
Yes, I have a question. Um, I was in the intuitive reading group, and you guys posted a really cool picture. Where'd you have to get that picture? That was really cool.
What
Oh, the
picture are you
angel?
talking about? Is it the angel?
The picture where you guys were like, "What do you think's happening in this picture?" I think it was like
Oh, you mean what that
The
picture?
angel.
I posted it. It's
because I was like,
an angel.
I was like, I want to download that picture and like keep it
You can just go
myself.
on
But
Google
I was
and Google angel. Was it? I think angel something. I forgot. Just angel. Angel images is just that's what I just Googled,
like, okay.
and then you'll find
I,
it.
I didn't know if that came from your own personal collection or if it just came from a Google. I was just like,
No,
yeah,
just Google.
that's a pretty cool picture.
Yeah, that's one of my most favorite ones.
I looked for the share option, but they didn't offer me a share option. So
Yeah, it's a closed group, so you can't share it.
yeah,
Hey, I got a question for all of us actually. When it comes to finding a support group, whether it's through Facebook or locally, like what do you guys look for as far as like wanting to participate in any type of support group? So, for example, let's say what drew you guys into um, any spiritually Facebook group that you're a member of now? So Mary says non-judgmental. So just want to acknowledge that.
Yep, that's right.
I look at you.
Go ahead, Jim.
I kind of look at like just kind of the overall vibe. If people seem like they genuinely seem to care about the people in the group, whether they whether they uh, whether they care about the members and kind of like their questions, or if like the group just kind of looks like, hey, can you do a reading for me? And there's like 20 other questions of, hey, can you do readings for me? Rather than trying to help them, you know,
Jim dropped off.
Yeah, I think he got cut off.
Somehow.
you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, so how much did you guys get?
Not a lot,
I
man.
didn't get anything.
Okay, so I look at kind of like when I go into a group, I kind of, because there's a whole bunch of shaman groups, gifted people groups, but I sit there and I go, do they really care about, do they really have like a sense, do I really have a sense of, do they have my my best interests in mind? Or is it just, hey, it's just, we're just here to gossip and, you know, uh, does whatever they want to do, you know? Does it
okay.
kind of make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, my take is, for me, I'm just here to support. You know, I mean, I might have the same gifts or whatever, like, but I would just be there to support you guys and just kind of network and make friends. Only like what Jim was saying, you know, if I can see through you guys that you guys are good people and you do have compassion for to help others for real, then I'll be there to support. Pretty much anyone, I'm like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the most important thing. But if it's just something where it's like a marketing scheme or multi-level marketing scheme where you're just trying to do what's best for you and you're not really doing it to help people for your purpose, for our purpose, then I wouldn't really be there to support. But like I'm here today, even though um, I might know most of the things already, I'm pretty sure a lot of people's not on this call because they feel like it might not be helpful for them, or they might not have time, and that's probably the biggest thing. But it could be that they may be a reader like you guys, and they might be like, okay, well, I pretty much know what they know too. So and I do the same thing as they do too. So I don't see myself joining the group because it's like my competitors. So I'm pretty sure there's all types of people like that. But for me, it's just for the support. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does Kara or Yua or anybody else want to add anything?
Yeah, this is Kara.
Hi.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mainly was interested or joined due to just kind of looking for guidance and affirmation of you know things happening in my life, and I think for guidance. Really, I've always been a person who's always kind of like looked to the higher powers. Um, and for myself, I don't really have one set of beliefs. I'm all, how do I stay spiritual, whatnot. So, um, it's an interesting group, and it's one of actually only join or kind of seek out. And so, it's been really just learning um, all of these things that all the gifts that you all have to share in regards on how to take care of ourselves, self care, that whole with I'm very appreciative of all of those things.
Cool. Thank you. Anybody else out there that I can't see? Okay. Well, I think this is a good time to kind of make a distinction between the Hmong intuitive reading group versus the empowerment for spiritually gifted Hmong peeps. I think some of you guys might be wondering, like, you know, you're a member of both group, and then what's the big difference? Um, I'll tell you guys what my Because I'm the one that started the empowerment for spiritually gifted peeps group many years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, possibly. And when I started that group, the intention was to uh, teach people, to empower and support them, and not read much, not do much reading. And I think it's stayed that way from its birth to now. Our group, it's mainly focused on how to help support and empower those of you that are opening up to your spiritual journey. And with their support, provide stories, provide knowledge to just say, hey, man, here's what we're going through too, and you're not alone. And here's how I dealt with this situation. Here's how you can try it out or whatever. So it's always been more of that teaching and guidance group. Every now and then, there'll be a little reading in a thread or something like that. But the main goal is to help guide and teach people how to open up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to add one more thing too. Now, I feel like, there's a lot of gifted people out there, but I feel like everyone's in their little small groupie. And I feel that one day we should come together and work for a bigger purpose, a high purpose. I mean, it could be, I was talking to David Yang and those guys, and, they have different vision too. They have their own group too. And, a lot of people, they have a vision of maybe possibly having like a temple for Hmong people, or not just for Hmong people, but maybe a temple built just for the Hmong community, and then anyone else could come in for services and things like that. I think that you know that maybe one day we could all combine our knowledge. It could be gifts or whatever that we may have to help make that happen. I think that's the main purpose why I like to support groups that's positive. About just helping people in general. Um, and I try to be open-minded towards every group, and I try not to judge. I try to be neutral. I mean, I know a lot of people who doesn't charge services for service, and I know people that charge for service. So I respect that for everyone's time and what they do for a living. So that's what I wanted to add. That's why that's one of the main reasons why I look for positive people, and people that's proactive towards helping others, especially the Hmong community where there's a lot of people who's lost out there.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think like that idea of coming together too, of everybody working together as a team, because I think there's a lot of strength that you can help each other. Um, yeah, I agree with what you said, John.
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't have to be just on a spiritual side. It could be on a physical side too. Like for example, if you guys need help with website, you could just ask me, and I'll help you guys out um, as best I can. So um, it could go both ways. Not just on the spiritual side.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hi, can't hear
Hello,
you.
welcome. Any other
So
questions? You guys have
did you guys
questions?
want us to say a little bit about the difference between our group and Choose group?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that,
Oh
Angie?
yeah, about our group.
Yeah. So our group's intention is to really hold um, almost like a sacred space to be able to have people come in and share and learn, not be judgmental, to have connections, to I forgot what else. Tang, you gotta help me with this. And to be of service also, and helping like anybody that is struggling to come through, and also help read, and then also teach at the same time, teach what
Yes.
we know and have learned ourselves, and have help everybody to walk the path that we walk, and to connect all like minds together in a place, especially the Hmong community, and at a place that it feels safe. And you know, I don't really like trolls in some of the
Me
groups
either.
that I've been to, I've seen. So I've never really felt really safe with some of the other groups, like especially some of the Hmong groups. So I decided, you know, with Tang, that it's time. It's time for something new like this. So if you guys have any more ideas on how we can better, we're willing to accept that too. So anything you want to add, Tang?
No, I think you pretty much hit all the, you know, main points of our group. So,
Okay.
and any feedback you guys have, think we can do better, or if you want more learning, or, you know, readings, anything, just let us know. We're here to serve you guys.
I just have one thing. If like the stuff that we talked about here, like the etiquette of, you know, getting a reading done, or if it can even be maybe posted up
Oh yeah.
or something, and just so I'm not the one who's oh,
Yeah, I'll
in regards
post
You're
up.
breaking up. I hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll post up the like the outline that I went over earlier, and then
Right.
maybe Tang or Angela or other folks that are have experience reading can add to the list if they want to.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I do want to. I think me, Angela, and Tang, we were talking about this earlier today about creating a men's group. You know, to draw out more men to come out and talk about their experiences and their spiritual you know, gifts and journey as well. I've been doing this for many years, and I know there's a lot of men out there who are gifted too, but for some reason they're reluctant to come out and share their experiences. So, John, man, I'm looking at you, bro, and
Yeah, well,
I want
my
to
take
add you to
on
this group, man.
yeah, that's a good idea too, but at the same time, it could be more work for you guys too, you know. Um, and also, I've noticed that it's more the female, it's more the female that wants to do that like the readings. A lot of men, they don't like to read about their life, their love life, and stuff like that. You know, I'll be honest, I'm not one of those guys too. I never really. The only one reading I had was this year, just to confirm if I have spiritual guides. That's it, because I had my awakening. But I've never cared about, you know, my love life or anything like that. I've always been. It's kind of like saying, you know, I don't want to watch a movie and then know the ending. You know, like I want to just live out my life and, you know, find out what the ending is, because it's like, you know, you wouldn't want to live your life if you know what the ending is already, right? In a movie, it's kind of like you wouldn't want to watch a movie if you know what the ending is. So to me, that's my take on it. But I think it's just more a gender type issue here. Well, not issue, but it's more gender, because it's just more females who enjoy the reading, the tarot cards, and all that stuff. Whereas the men, it's more like they're more masculine, so they don't really get into that stuff that much, you know, unless it's like a life-threatening stuff. Then, you know, they're willing to do some readings. But that's how I see it. I mean, for my friends too, you know, it's always been like that. And, you know, for my female friends, I think it's more just a gender thing. It's just not that, you know, men don't want to do it. I just don't think they have a big interest in it. That's all.
So do you think that do you think there's even a need for a men's group, man?
Um, I mean, to be honest, I don't think you'll get much feedback compared to, you know, the group that you guys are already in. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. You know, you could try. If you don't get any feedback, then you know you guys could still combine back to the one group. But I think it's good to have just one group and keep all the information in one group. That way, you have more people participating. Um, that's my take on it. But there's not, yeah, just more female. I mean, um, I don't, yeah, from the friend list, from the members list and everything, I just noticed that just there's just a lot more female who's interested in joining and participating in these type of readings. Yeah, I think it's a gender thing.
All right, so now I gotta go back and think about whether I still want to pursue this.
Strictly try though, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, you know, yeah, it doesn't hurt to try and, you know, find out, you know, what you can do with the group. But if you have the time, that's all. Because it's a lot of work. I mean, you guys post every day. I'm like, you know, I don't think if I was to start at this time, post every day like you guys. So I mean, it's a lot of effort. I mean, you gotta have passion in it.
It is.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta have. Yeah.
I'm very
I
fortunate
think
to.
it's a good idea to kind of pursue it too. I
Uh,
mean, you know, there might be some benefits to it, and I think it's like important to have that kind of like support out there, you know. So, but you know, it's up to you. But I think it would be great, you know.
and I think most likely I'll end up doing one, and then John, would you be an admin, man?
I'll try my best, but you know,
Yeah, John, I think you'll be
I
good.
don't think my knowledge is up there yet. That's why. So it's like, you know, if I don't know enough, I don't want to be, you know, giving out advices and stuff like that. I mean, I know information, but you know, I'm not able to read or, you know, being able to, you know, shite on the English. So um, I don't think I'm a good fit yet since I'm still in my awakening stage. Maybe one day if I'm, you know, higher level, then, you know, maybe I can help out. Uh,
Okay. Well, I
I think
respect
if you
how
can find
you.
a shaman,
I
it
respect
will
how
definitely
you're
help.
talking about you want to be humble about all this. You know what I mean? And you kind of know that you're still learning. Uh, and you know, being an admin, I'm not asking much. I'm not asking for you to read or if anybody to read. I just really want like you know, just I'm hoping for some help to manage the page. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Not a problem. Yeah, I can help. But
And
and try to, I
you
mean, if you don't get much feedback, then yeah, I think the group you have, the Hmong Empowerment group is pretty good too. You know, it's a mix of a little bit of everything.
yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll start working on it.
Okay.
Who just joined us? That was, is it Yuo? Or who was it again, Tay?
What?
Oh, okay, then it wasn't you, then Yuo. It was another person that joined. That just joined. Can you hear us?
Chua? Is it?
Is it Chua?
Yeah.
Does she have any question
Parrot?
or?
Okay. She's working on her mic.
Oh, there's Julie.
Come here, I show you. Come here.
Hi.
Hi.
Nope. You
Can't hear you. Who are you bringing back?
check on your phone. Make sure it's not muted.
Yeah, go. Yeah, go, Ranger.
That's cute. Oh, and somebody else joined us, Jewelry
Yeah, Julie.
thing.
It seems like you're running away from your kids
Oh yeah,
and family.
trying to find a space for me to go.
That's okay.
Okay, come on.
Mm, mm. Hey, John, are you out on your boat, man? You look like you're on a boat.
Yeah, I'm at the marina here.
Oh, did you go fishing today?
No, I'm just gonna prep it for tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. You going tomorrow morning?
Yeah, and meditate afterwards because it's almost full moon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, her headset isn't working, so. But we could hear her. We were able to hear her. She didn't have to have her headset. Chu, was that all your questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
No, I think one recommendation, true. I think if you can find like a shaman to kind of join in, because a lot of the questions of spiritual stuff, they ask about their gifts and all that stuff. So I think having a shaman would definitely help and to help answer some of those questions.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. When I started my page 5 years ago, I was lucky enough to meet a shaman. Her name, she's the admin of my group, Pana Pali, and she came from that angle, from a shamanic angle, and so I came from a different
Can
angle,
you
and I
guys
think,
hear me now?
yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, horrible. I had a really bad headset.
Oh. Yeah, so I had Pa help me along the way of the first couple of years where, you know, um, there were questions about the shamanic journey, and I had no idea or no knowledge of that, so she stepped in quite a lot to just take on those questions, and then other questions that didn't relate to shamans, then I took those questions. So yeah, John, I agree with you, man. I have to have balance in the group as well, so that
Yeah.
there's a person that I can refer people to go to if it's a shaman question, and then any other questions I may be able to answer. You're right. Do you know any shaman dudes, man?
I know a few, but yeah, everyone's busy. I don't think they'll have time to do anything like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I do know a few. I could refer them, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna have time.
Yeah, man. Maybe we can connect like in the next few days here just to see if you can, connect me to one of those guys, and I'll share the
Yeah,
idea and see if we can come up with something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Appreciate it.
So does Chua and Julie, do you have any questions for us? I know you guys kind of came at the very end here.
Very end, yeah.
We're not ending anyways too, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were ending. I don't have anything to say, but going back to what Chu was personally think that it's a really good idea. Although men don't express, but I think men actually have an interest in guiding people. And I think that would be an opportunity for a lot of those gifted guys who can actually help other people, um, understand what they're going through as well too. Because I've seen majority of the people I come across to before I came in this group, most of the people I've met that are shamanic, basically, are all men, and they're actually more expressive compared to, just from my experience, compared to women shamanics. Because women shamanic, it's kind of like then they don't get too detailed about it. They're just like, oh, just don't say that too much or so and so. But a lot of the guys that I've met actually went into so many details into helping out and explaining a lot of things. And I think you should be fine with pursuing in your
in having a guys group, because I think that's a good opportunity. There are a lot of guys out there, even though not all guys express it. There are a lot of guys out there that are actually willing to help other people who are in the awakening process.
There you go, Chu.
Just don't mind me asking, how many of you guys are shamanic, psychics? I don't know if that's a little too much for me to ask, but I was just kind of wondering. How many of you guys are like shamanic? How many of you guys are just on the more modern psychic side of healing?
I'm the more psychic healing side. I'm not shamanic.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm in Angela.
Okay.
I'm not shamanic.
Chu, how about you?
I'm not shamanic.
Okay. How about the other two guys?
Well,
John?
I'm still in my awakening, so, but, you know, for my readings, I guess I could go to the other side, but I won't know until I raise my altar and really learn. So,
Okay. Okay. Well, I think I'm in the process of awakening too, but I think I'm both
okay.
and psychic, but I'm still in the process of learning a lot of things right now. And I think the biggest problem, or no, I shouldn't say problem, but I think the most difficult part is for some people, I don't know about most, but for some people is basically talking to their guides is one of the biggest things, because they're kind of like, oh, like, no, it sounds like it's me talking. I know that a lot of people have told me that when you're talking to your guides, they come through your heart, and it's actually you talking to yourself, but they're actually talking through you. And I think a lot of people get confused with that, and I don't know, I think that would be another way of just kind of discussion with a lot of people who doesn't know how to talk to their guides, or probably don't even know that they're talking to their guides.
May I ask, do you know if có cho con nắng như cho con nắng ấy heal hoặc cho có bao nhiêu cho con nắng như cho con nắng or